The US President Donald Trump has sharply criticized allied nations, urging them to take a more active role. However, partners across Europe and Asia have resisted his calls to deploy naval forces to the strategic strait, unwilling to be pulled into the conflict. Meanwhile, US and Israeli military operations continue across Iran, targeting major urban centers, including the capital. In Lebanon, Israeli forces have launched a ground offensive in the southern region. The ongoing clashes with Hezbollah have already resulted in at least 850 deaths and displaced over a million people. In Iraq, a drone strike has hit Baghdad's well known Al Rashid Hotel. Washington is increasingly isolated over its proposal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial global shipping route. Iran blocked the passage following joint US Israeli strikes on February 28. Normally, about one fifth of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas flows through this channel. President Trump has appealed to other nations to send naval support, including minesweepers, to ensure safe passage for oil tankers. However, he has expressed frustration over the limited response. He pointed out the large number of U.S. troops stationed in countries like Japan, South Korea, and Germany, arguing that the U.S. providing significant protection while receiving little support in return. Iran's foreign minister has stated that the Strait of Hormuz will remain inaccessible to hostile nations while emphasizing its importance for global navigation. European leaders have indicated that although there is interest in strengthening maritime security operations, there is currently no agreement to expand their scope. NATO officials have also clarified that this conflict does not fall under the alliance's responsibility. Germany, in particular, has stated it will not participate militarily, noting that it was not consulted before the conflict began and that no joint decision was made regarding action against Iran. Iran maintains that the strait is only closed to its adversaries, including the United States and its allies. The disruption has already caused significant instability in global energy markets. Iranian officials criticized the initial wave of attacks, saying that after demanding surrender, their opponents are now seeking assistance from countries they previously viewed as adversaries. On the ground, intense airstrikes continue in Iran. Rescue teams are working through the aftermath in the capital, where several areas have been hit again. According to Iranian authorities, nearly 19,000 civilians have been injured since the conflict began, and close to 1,500 people have lost their lives. The situation is being monitored from multiple locations, including Tehran, Beirut, Amman, Doha, and Washington. Rising oil prices have added further pressure. President Trump has publicly urged foreign governments to help escort oil shipments, noting that while some countries are supportive, others remain hesitant despite long-standing U.S. assistance. He argued that nations heavily dependent on oil passing through the strait, such as Japan and China, should take responsibility for securing it. Fuel prices in the US have already increased significantly, rising by nearly $1 per gallon in some areas, marking a sharp jump compared to the previous month. Responding to concerns about risks, Trump suggested that avoiding involvement would not necessarily guarantee safety, describing the current threat as less formidable than before. He also called that thousands of Iranian military targets have been struck, including facilities linked to missile and drone production. When asked about the possibility of ending the conflict or engaging in talks, Trump expressed uncertainty, stating that the current leadership situation in the Iran remains unclear. Israeli officials have indicated that military operations could continue for several more weeks, although Trump dismissed the idea of nuclear escalation. Diplomatic pressure is expected to continue with upcoming meetings between U.S. leadership and international counterparts likely to focus on the situation in the Strait of Hormuz.